Hey guys, I got some breaking news for you. Senate GOP leaders have just held a press briefing after Trump's first month in office. Listen to what they had to say.
Well, good afternoon, everyone. As it stands today, the Senate has confirmed 18 cabinet or cabinet-level nominations for the Trump administration. And that will put us at the fastest rate in getting nominees through the Senate confirmation process since 2001. So we're encouraged with how that has been going. We owe that to our colleagues who've been willing to step up and are very committed to getting them across the finish line, despite, I might add, a lot of Democrat resistance. They've tried to make it hard, but as we just continue to grind through the process, we've been successful in getting 18 done, and tomorrow we'll do Kash Patel. We have a couple more that we'll tee up for next week. With regard to legislation, I think as you all know, Senator Graham in the Budget Committee last week reported out a budget resolution, and thank them for doing that. That tees up an opportunity for us to move that across the floor. And as you all know, that unlocks budget reconciliation, which will follow from it. And this particular budget resolution, I think, as you know, addresses the president's priority, top priority, which is securing the border and implementing and putting in place his immigration policies, rebuilding our military, and creating energy dominance for this country. So it's focused on those three things. It's focused on the border, it's focused on national security, and it's focused on energy. The House, as you know, is working on a different budget resolution, and we certainly wish them all the success in moving it. We will work closely with them. More power to them. What they're trying to do is get the tax piece of this done, and done quickly. And obviously, we all want to see the president's tax priorities addressed, which is making not only the 2017 taxes, extending them, but making them permanent. And that's certainly the priority for most, if not all, of the Republican senators here in our conference as well. So we will continue to work together in a way that ultimately gets us across the finish line and helps put the president's agenda in place. And as I said before, I think those priorities are very, very clear as outlined in our budget resolution, and coupled with what the House is doing, I think we're on a good track to achieve success. And if we achieve success, that's going to be a good thing not only for the president, but for this country. Questions?
Leader, good afternoon. Are you defying the president by going ahead with your own budget plan when he pretty strongly endorsed what the House was working on?
Well, I think he's made it clear for a long time that he would prefer one big, beautiful bill. And we're fine with that, too. If the House can produce one big, beautiful bill, we're prepared to work with them to get that across the finish line. But we believe that the president also likes optionality. And the legislation that we'll be working and voting on tomorrow addresses, as I said, those three critical priorities. And hopefully, in the end, we'll be able, whether it's one bill or two bills, to get all the things that the president has outlined as objectives across the finish line in a reconciliation bill. The question right now, again, is a tactical one. The strategic objective is still the same, and that is to extend the tax policy, strengthen the economy, rebuild the military, create energy dominance for this country, and secure our border.
But was there anything with Senator Vance where you had to get on the same page?
You have long supported Ukraine, aid to Ukraine. Are you at all concerned about the president's rhetoric blaming Ukraine for starting the war and calling for elections in Ukraine, which is what Vladimir Putin is calling for?
I think what I'm in support of is a peaceful outcome and result in Ukraine. And I think right now the administration, the president, and his team are working to achieve that. And I think right now you got to give them some space. Honestly, this war has ground on now for 3 years. There's been a lot of cost, a lot of death, a lot of injury associated with it. And I think it's in everybody's best interest, Ukraine, Russia, Europe, the United States, if they can bring about a peaceful conclusion to the war. And so that's what this is about right now. And I think most of us want to support their efforts as they move in that direction and hopefully to a successful outcome.
You call him a dictator.
Would you call Ukrainian President Zelensky a dictator as President Trump has?
Well, I like I said, the president speaks for himself. What I want to see is a peaceful result, a peaceful outcome. And I think right now there's a negotiation going on, and let's see where that ultimately leads. Hopefully it'll get to the outcome we all want to see. One more.
You're fond of saying that agriculture is the lifeblood of South Dakota.
Right.
Yet your farmers, already struggling, are now facing additional headwinds, including contract freezes, staff firings, including inadvertent ones or accident ones affecting bird flu responders, and also the interruption of overseas food aid that they depend on. So how does all this make sense when food prices are already through the roof, and when support for downsizing the government could be on the chopping block as the damage from this purge builds up?
Well, look, I think we all know that the administration, the new administration, is giving a very careful scrub to the government, to all the agencies of the government, to figure out how we can do things more efficiently and save money for the American taxpayer. It's important in doing that you don't undermine important services. In many cases, as you point out, there are some that affect my state. There are some that affect all of my colleagues' states around the country. And we will work with the administration as they move forward to ensure that important services that have to do with health and safety, for example, are protected and preserved. But I think we all understand that this government, federal government, is long in need of the kind of scrub that is being done to figure out how we can do things better. And I think most of us support that effort. And we will, with our individual states, respond to the administration if there are things that we think that need to be addressed that perhaps they're not considering as they make some of these decisions. But at the end of the day, the American people, I think, demanded in the election that we have a smaller, more limited, more efficient federal government that costs less and delivers the important services that they expect their government to deliver. Thank you.
Okay, guys, we're going to break this down, but first of all, do me a big favor, hit that thumbs up like button. It helps out with the YouTube algorithm. I appreciate everybody's support. Okay, fastest confirmation process since 2001. Senate Republicans have pushed through 18 cabinet-level nominations at a record pace, despite heavy Democratic resistance. And this shows, guys, that the GOP is committed to staffing Trump's administration quickly and getting the government moving. Let me know what you think, though. Are the Democrats obstructing just to stall progress, or do they have legitimate concerns? Let me know in the comments. Let's talk about border security, military funding, energy independence. The GOP budget resolution focuses on those three major priorities that align with Trump's America First agenda: securing the border with stronger immigration policies, rebuilding the military to strengthen national defense, achieving energy dominance to reduce dependence on foreign oil. As these priorities match Trump's campaign promises, do you think they're enough to keep the momentum going? The GOP is working to extend Trump's 2017 tax cuts and make them permanent. This is a crucial move for businesses, middle-class Americans who have benefited from lower taxes. Guys, will making these tax cuts permanent be enough, though, to fuel long-term economic growth, or should Republicans push for even more aggressive tax reform? And then the GOP has taken a cautious approach to Ukraine and foreign policy, saying that they support a peaceful resolution, while Trump has been critical of continual aid. Some senators aren't outright opposing Trump's stance, but are instead giving his administration space to negotiate. So, what do you think about Trump's stance on Ukraine? Should the U.S. continue supporting Ukraine, or should we focus more on domestic priorities? And then the new administration is scrubbing the federal government like nobody's ever done before to cut wasteful spending. GOP leaders support a smaller, more efficient government, but they do acknowledge that some programs affecting states will need adjustments. Guys, is cutting government spending the right move, or will some Americans suffer as a result? Where would you draw the line? Let me know down in the comments, guys, what your thoughts are on everything that you just heard. What do you think about GOP's strategy? What do you think about Trump's first month back in office? It's only been a month, guys. That's crazy. Absolutely insane that he's only been in office 1 month. Let me know. Put a comment down below, guys. I read all the comments. And guys, if you want to take it to the next level and support the channel, consider becoming a channel member to help us continue providing real, unfiltered conservative news and analysis. Guys, I appreciate y'all. Y'all just have no idea how much I appreciate the love and support you've shown this channel. I appreciate you so much. I will see you again later with another update. Y'all take it easy.